all night long. Y'all come join us. We'd love to see you.
Tom Abraham here for my longtime friend Mike Owen of Owen Home Appliance. You know, Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance prides themselves on community involvement as well, sponsoring local teams and events while making sure that you get the right appliance at the right price. Visit their highly interactive showroom in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river on 231.
Hey folks, Arthur Seed, managing partner at University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama and Auburn football. Swing by University Kia today and check out our huge selections of brand new Kias, including the spacious Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the slick new K5, the sporty Kia Seltos. We've got perfect cars for every lifestyle and budget. Visit universitykia.com to view all our amazing offers and get pre-approved amenities, because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide, War Eagle.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he could take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well, because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
Have you ever turned your back on God? Have you ever absolutely known the right thing to do and just turned around and walked away in disobedience? I know that I have. Aren't we thankful for our great and merciful God who loves us and forgives us and remembers our sin no more? I'm so thankful that His mercies are fresh every day. I need that, and I suspect you do too. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, and if you're looking for a church home, come see us. We're smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison, and check us out at cpcfamily.org.
Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. only on 97.7 ESPN and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app. WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Lynn Leighton Ford, located online at lynnleightonford.com. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
We're going to try this live for once. Although, you know what? It was a week ago today. Our award show that we saddled up over at Mars Music Hall. That was, I believe, our fifth one. And it was packed. It was jam-packed. And I'm sorry you weren't there, Wes, but it was a great atmosphere.
Confusing, yeah. So that is a great deal for Huntsville. And, you guys do Tom, you, all our whole crew,
John
and Merrill.
Yeah.
Everybody works here, does an incredible job putting together. There are so many hours behind the scenes just to get it going, and then to pull it off it's amazing.
I will tell people a little behind the scenes. I was in charge of getting Phillip Rivers video, which sounds, doesn't. It took a solid month. And by the way, Coach, I genuinely appreciate your video that you sent, but it was he was our pro athlete from the area award winner.
And my brother gave away the Billy Neighbors Award.
And
he said it was an amazing speech she gave. It was like you could hear a pin drop while she was talking. And so proud of her. I didn't even know she was from
Candace Story-Lee.
Who was the athletic director at Vanderbilt.
At Vanderbilt, that's right. So. In fact, down at the beach a few weeks earlier, when she saw my placard of where I was from, she came up to me saying she was going to be really excited coming here to Huntsville to accept this award, and her mom was with her too. Her family was with her as well. It was a great atmosphere. It really was. And something else that happened last week is the 5 for 5 implemented. No great surprise there for the NCAA. Also, no great surprise that I think there was a total of 15 lawsuits from what I read that were put into play less than 10 hours into the NCAA implementing the said 5 for 5. So we'll see how that goes. I have made a few text and phone calls to people that are frequent contributors, and they will join us. We are here today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. We're off Thursday and we're off Friday, but then beginning on Monday, we'll be back at it and get you ready for High School Football Media Day, which comes up on the 13th, which is just a few weeks away. And when we get to High School Football Media Day, it is just a week away with SEC Media Days, but preceding that will be the Big 12. They'll have their Media Days.
So we moved the Media Days.
We moved
it used
it up.
to be after.
Mm-hmm. We moved it up because the
that
SEC
explains
moved
a lot
back.
of emails that were flying throughout.
Yeah. So that's been going on as well. A lot of soccer has been going on. I know you probably. How much soccer did you watch?
Continuously.
Just all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, you've
Wesley
watched
Neighbors.
You've watched way more soccer than I have.
Wesley watched. He could tell you every player on every team.
I see Paraguay and Germany are tied 1-1 in a round of 32 game right now up in Boston. It's been tough watching the old Bravos here lately, but it's just there are a lot of injuries, especially to the arms and the outfield, and to be 3 games up right now for the Atlanta Braves. It's an off day, by the way, for the Atlanta Braves, so they will not lose today. So we'll see how they bounce back as they are in need of Ronald Acuna Jr. in a big way. They just play better with Ronald, and I know it is what it is. Coming up on the program today, we'll get Drew DeArmond here in studio. That's why the third microphone is set up, beginning at 6 o'clock and to start off hour number 2. And who did I have scheduled? Did I tell you who was on the schedule there? I don't think I did.
No, you didn't tell me. We're kind of making it us go along, so that's all right.
Yeah. Walter Lewis is going to join us at 5:40.
Oh, cool.
Just wanted to catch up with former Crimson Tide standout, and of course, that's always cool to get you two going.
One of my favorite.
And I just bow out and just And I did get a lot of comments last week. I don't know if you did, but I got a lot of comments because I went deep. So Friday, I did a Bachelor's 3 show. So the Bachelor's 3 show Friday was the conversation between Baumhauer and Richard Todd, then followed by our conversation with Joe Willie. So that was our Bachelor's 3 show. I thought it was perfect Friday show and fully entertaining.
Being here last week and hearing those best of shows, I now get a lot more of the inside jokes around here. 3 years in, and I'm finally getting them. But it was educational. It was enlightening for me.
A lot of Coach Dye. In fact,
lots of Coach Dye.
I think a week ago today, Wes wanted a little bit from Coach Dye to send to a client friend of ours. And so I just decided to play it. And, yeah, I played the Harper Lee story, which is,
And I
fantastic.
like because it sounded like you're just sitting on the back porch somewhere.
We were.
Because, I mean, you're hearing the crickets and stuff.
we were
gosh, it sounded so good.
We were right in front of the tree.
Yeah, that's right.
Where he talks about does he talk about it on that thing where he's buried?
Yeah, he does.
In a shroud so he could feed the tree.
Oh, no, wow. That was the first visit. That was the one with Coach Fuller.
Coach Fuller?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's where we were set up outside, right in front of the cabin. That's
the lodge.
The lodge, yeah, which is right by the wedding venue.
Yep.
So it was about anyway. It was.
That's
I remember
fantastic.
like it was yesterday. I mean,
he got talking that the visit that I'm talking about that I played was the one where he talked about giving a stump to his lady friend, where that's all he was talking about was this stump. You know what? It was a very nice looking stump.
Yeah, it was. I don't think that.
Well, it was a nice looking stump.
No.
I mean, that's just
classic conversations.
Yes, 100%.
So, got a lot of feedback from folks that were listening in last week. In fact, there was quite a few saying you should do this more often.
Well, I mean,
without knowing it's so you want me to do more work? Okay, all right. No, but I get it.
You've peaked. Use the old stuff.
Yeah, for real. So Walter Lewis is going to join us in about 30 minutes from right now. If you'd, I hope everybody's staying cool out there because it is just unbelievably hot.
Heat advisory through Thursday.
Through Thursday?
Thursday, toward the Jordan Tressman over at Fox 54. It's heat indices going to be around 110.
So when did that change? I thought it was, wasn't that always heat index?
Well, I mean, it's heat. That is the plural of indices.
Oh, okay.
It's the benefits of a classical education. I still say octopi too.
Okay.
Instead of octopuses. That sounds real close, and I can get in trouble. Octopi.
I'm just letting
I
you.
think we just did.
Yeah.
Here's a delay right over here.
Yeah, there's delay. Yeah. 256-576-4977. The telephone number 256-576-4977.
Some of these jokes are just for me.
A lot of lists out there right now. I mean, after all, it's late June.
Like anybody knows.
A lot of lists.
It's hieroglyphics. I mean, nobody knows
lists.
Who's going to be the next Indiana, or will they be the next Indiana?
Or who's on the clock. Josh Pate last night. Who did he put on the clock last night, Josh?
Stay in the SEC for a second. Alabama on the clock.
On the clock.
I think this is totally fair. They feel kind of like they're emerging from the Nick Saban shadow. By that, I mean this is the year where you'll turn them on now and moving forward. You'll turn Alabama on, and there's very, very little remnant of Nick Saban. You got a player or two here and there. You've got a staffer or two here and there. But by and large, Nick Saban is now history. He's a legend. He's an icon. He's got a statue out front. The field's named after him. But nothing about the team that takes the field this fall will reflect anything other than Kalen DeBoer. So that's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a thing. It's just a reality. So then you go back to last year. And people talk about it like this cataclysmic failure, and I have to remind them they played for a conference title and they made the playoff and won a game in the playoffs. They fell short emphatically, and so being on the clock for me with Alabama really boils down to what did 38-3 do to you? What did that splattering against Indiana do to you? What kind of impact did it have? I like to think that whether they lost the thing by 1 or by 5 touchdowns, they would have understood there are changes we have to make before next season. And they've left no stone unturned. They've made staff changes. They are going to totally overhaul that offensive line. Brought in a couple of really good tailbacks from the high school ranks. You'll have a new starting quarterback there, but I've got to think every ounce of energy has been exhausted to try and not just resurrect the run game. The run game, production on the ground, works downstream of far more basic fundamental aspects of physicality, of toughness, of just like a baseline of it you've got to have. And
who is this?
They
Josh
did
Pay.
what they did last year lacking that, which is a phenomenal testament to like their level of execution. Because remember, they lost to Florida State early in the year and had to go on this extended run, which they did.
They did.
And ultimately, they fall short in the playoffs. But, dude, do you remember after week 1 when they lost to Florida State? You remember what the talk was around that team? It wasn't playoff, I can promise you that. But coming into this year.
So this is the guy that was doing the talking.
It's
Nobody.
a
I mean, there
schedule
were
on the
other
back.
people were talking, but nobody to the. He's the one.
Did we say no playoffs? I mean,
Well, I mean, we weren't happy.
if it was the old system, then yeah.
It's this guy is something else. I mean, they were in the top 8 last year, in his second year. I think they're going to be better. I do. I think they have a lot of talent on this team. A lot of talent.
They're on the clock.
But they're on. He's not on the clock.
I didn't put them on the clock.
Well, I know,
Stay in the SEC for a second. Alabama on the clock.
I mean, he just said it right there.
I know it.
They're on the clock. I mean,
these people are crazy. He's entitled to his
and Klatt
opinion.
does not like the fact that Alabama does not have Ty Simpson anymore. Even though this time a year ago
he was saying
he was waffling on Ty Simpson.
Yes.
Oh, details. On the clock. 256-576-4977, the telephone number. And I just... I think I know a little more this go around than a year ago because remember last spring, it really felt like I didn't know a single thing about any team because of that spring portal.
I still don't know. You don't know. I mean,
I'm expecting Texas A&M to be good.
They're going to be good.
I'm expecting Georgia to be good.
Georgia's be good.
I'm expecting Alabama to be good.
Alabama's going to be good. I think Ole Miss is going to. Ole Miss record might not be as good as it was last year.
Well, Trinidad's back.
Well,
so.
yeah, but they have a lot. Defensively, they're as good as they've ever been.
Okay.
But their schedule
is awful.
Is very, very difficult. So we'll see how that, and you just never know who's going to get hurt, who won't get hurt. That's a big thing. How the team gels together, how the team reacts to having a bad start in a game. You never know how they're going to react.
Read a little bit more on South Carolina. They are returning a lot on the lines and their quarterback as well. New offensive coordinator in Kendall Briles there at South Carolina.
Kendall Briles is a good coordinator, but it's not the South Carolina. It's how they make it through the year.
Yeah,
on their schedule. I mean, if they could be a top 25 team, and they are, but they're not going to have a top 25 schedule. I mean, record. So
a top 25
Texas
record.
is going to be good. In other words, if they had a Big Ten schedule, they'd end up with 3 or 4 losses.
South Carolina opens up with Kent State, then Townsend.
Well, they'll win those two, hopefully.
Followed by Mississippi State at home, then at Alabama, host Kentucky, at Florida, open date. Then late October, it's Tennessee, at Oklahoma, host Texas A&M, at Arkansas, host Georgia, then at Clemson.
So if they're 6-6, it'll be a good year. They're not going to.
That's not a 9-win schedule.
Well, who are they going to beat?
So I got Kent.
Okay.
Townsend.
Okay.
Mississippi.
Mississippi State will pick them.
It's at home at least. At Alabama, no. Kentucky, I'll you know what? I'll give it to them.
Okay, Kentucky.
At Florida, I think is a toss of the coin.
I
at
think
this
Florida's
point,
going to be better.
I do too, but I think South Carolina is going to be better. That to me is a toss of the coin. Right now, I've got 4 wins. host Tennessee. I'm going to say win because I don't have a clue on the Vols right now. At Oklahoma, loss. Home against Texas A&M, loss. At Arkansas, win. That's 6. Georgia at home, loss. Then at Clemson, that's 7. I got 7 right now.
I think they'll lose to Clemson. Clemson's going to be better. Yeah. I don't think they'll win 7. I think Florida. I don't think they'll win at Florida.
So the top tier of the SEC would certainly be Alabama, Texas A&M, Georgia. Who am I missing?
Texas.
I mean,
Ole Miss.
Is Oklahoma going to return? They do have Mateer. Mateer's back.
I think Oklahoma would be good. I do. I think they're. I think all those teams. Of those teams, 2 or 3 will make the playoffs.
And keep in mind an extra conference game.
Yeah, 2 or 3 will make the playoffs, and that's it. Of the teams you're talking about.
So of the 4 or 5, you think we're going to get 2 in the CFP out of the 12?
Yes.
That's no good.
Well, yeah. I mean,
no
it's
bueno.
an extra game. It was the stupidest thing they've done in a long time. On the promise, they were going to 16. But they did it before they received the promise. And that's just, I don't have to tell you that that's not very smart.
No.
It's obvious.
Yep. Walter Lewis set to join us in about 20 minutes' time. Let's take our first time out. Phone line's open to you if you'd like to hop in on the conversation at 256-576-4977.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
3 days only. It's the Lynn Layton Independence Day Sale, July 1st through the 3rd at all 4 Lynn Layton locations in Decatur. Come celebrate America's 250th birthday with free hot dogs, and the Coca-Cola wagon will be there with hot summer deals on every new vehicle. Register to win a 65-inch TV and get a free USA 250th anniversary t-shirt with any test drive. 3 days only. Don't miss the Independence Day Sale, July 1st through the 3rd at Lynn Layton Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, and Cadillac in Decatur.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement, it's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
3 days only. It's the Lynn Layton Independence Day Sale, July 1st through the 3rd at all 4 Lynn Layton locations in Decatur. Come celebrate America's 250th birthday with free hot dogs, and the Coca-Cola wagon will be there with hot summer deals on every new vehicle. Register to win a 65-inch TV and get a free USA 250th anniversary t-shirt with any test drive. 3 days only. Don't miss the Independence Day Sale, July 1st through the 3rd at Lynn Layton Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, and Cadillac in Decatur.
Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. only on 97.7 ESPN and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
I have been in a big James Brown kick here lately. I just...
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Hang
Hey,
on.
Static. Don't
Hang
start
on.
none. Won't be none.
He's mad.
I'm mad.
Yeah, he is.
I got to get back. I need some get back. Payback. Payback. That is. Payback. I'm mad. Get down.
It is a Monday edition of The Drive. We're here today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Walter Lewis set to join us in less than 20 minutes.
Hey, Static. Don't start none. Won't be none.
Mm-hmm. Don't sell them out for chicken change. Today's pregame sponsor, big thank you to the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill.
Big thank you. Blanco Nachos. Highly recommend.
There you go. Just head over to the website, 977ESPN.com.
Thank you, Jen.
Click on the big zone deals. You too can enjoy. This is fairly loaded right here of what we've got from Bubby's Diner. I believe I was told Bad Daddy's is sold out. I think that's right. Sea salt is available as well. And by the way, coming up on Friday, we would like to welcome back into the fold Full Moon Barbecue, just in time for the 4th of July when we change that calendar to July on Wednesday. So that comes up this week. You've also got the End Zone, Apple Lane Farms. Donato's is back. It's good to see Donato's back in. And if you are looking for certain events that are inside for the family, Field Day is right there. For $25, you get 50. The Yard Milkshake Bar, as well as Champy's Famous Chicken, Furniture Factory Bar and Grill, and Cheers, the place we were at just a couple of weeks ago on University Drive. That's all for your enjoyment and to save a few nickels there at our big zone deals. So one entertaining part of hosting the World Cup is seeing the reaction from foreign individuals
There's
on
some great
American
stuff
food.
on Instagram. Yeah.
There really is. The latest is the Australian comedian Nathan Ranclaude. And evidently, he was trying Popeye's famous fried chicken for the very first time here in the States.
Just ate at a restaurant in America called Popeyes. It's the most incredible chicken you've ever seen. It's like spicy and like crunchy. You can get spicy chicken or regular. I got spicy, one regular. And you get these chips that are like, so you get two
French fries.
pieces of
That's French
crunchy
fries.
fried chicken, a biscuit, chips, and there's the most beautiful coleslaw I've ever had in my life. It's like coleslaw, but it's kind of like spicy, like it's got mustard or something in it. And then all of that, I'm not making this up, 2 pieces of chicken, biscuit, chips, coleslaw, is $6. Like all this food you can see here is 2 $6 combos. How does this business even work?
Welcome to the South. Welcome to where we live.
I think that was actually in Boston. I think, but
Well,
I'm
it
also
came from Louisiana, so it's still Southern.
I get that. I'm also.
It's no surprise that millions of people want to be here.
So
every year.
I'm also reading reports that fans are actually FedExing boxes of ranch sauce back to their homes.
The airlines have changed. They have an advisory of how to ship ranch home.
Yeah, don't put ranch in your carry-on luggage.
Yes,
and don't put it in your checked luggage.
So they're going to FedEx and UPS.
Yes,
and shipping it back to their home.
There was a picture I saw of some fans of the Scotland team all going back, and they had all bought cowboy hats. It looked like a flight out of Texas. It looked like Braniff Airlines. And they're going to Scotland.
Yeah, you're welcome, America. You're welcome.
It's not Scottish, it's crap.
You're welcome, America. Paraguay and Germany are still tied at 1 in a round of 32 match. That is in Boston. Did watch. I've found how foreigners are reacting to American fast food and just American food.
Buc-ee's is what the best reactions I've seen.
Yeah. Did you see the story about the guy from Germany was here to see an Italian player eating a brisket sandwich in a Buc-ee's, sitting on a bag of deer corn?
I didn't know.
In Alabama. Of course he was.
Well, there's one guy that was, I guess he was a British guy, had a huge mustache, and he tried biscuits and gravy for the first time. Yeah.
Did he try chocolate gravy?
No, it was totally biscuits, traditional biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
And he was just blown away, as you should be.
Yeah. Of course, it's no surprise they enjoy ranch dressing, because that's the way that America has found a way to put gravy on salad.
Yeah. Alabama ketchup. That's what I call ranch.
Yeah, that's just what we do down here.
We put gravy on salad.
It is Alabama ketchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I thought ranch was a big deal growing up.
Oh, you don't.
And then I moved over here, and I didn't realize the ranch was just on everything.
Yeah.
Everything. So I have found at least that part of the fan interaction here in the United States, not just watching soccer, but enjoying the food.
Full immersion.
Yes.
Full immersion.
Yes, the food that goes along with the Americans. I believe Team USA plays Wednesday against Bosnia.
Herzegovina, yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I still have that interview that we did with Jeremy Schaap a couple of weeks ago in the back of my mind. The fact that we have won one knockout round game in the history of the World Cup.
We've never beat a European team, ever.
One.
So if we win this game.
Had we beaten Turkey, that'd have been the most wins ever.
Yeah, we didn't play our team though.
I know.
I don't think that was very smart. We.
I'd rather be healthy for the knockout round.
So, well, I mean, healthy, but I'd rather have the momentum.
I get that. I get that.
I don't believe in losing games to keep people from getting hurt. I think that's stupid, really. But we'll see.
Only one way to find out. But we'll see whether or not the Team America can pull out a victory on Wednesday and see where we go from there. So it's the knockout round, which has not been fully guaranteed for the men's team. A little more success on the women's side from a historical standpoint, but we'll I do not know. I've not seen 1 second of Bosnia. Have you seen Bosnia?
No, I have not.
Okay.
But anybody is going to be good. You know, so going in the game, you know, I was sitting with a soccer expert that knew, I mean, everybody on every team, who they played for, the European League or what league, what the personality is. And he said before the game that we wouldn't win because our defense wouldn't be able to keep up with the second string defense is not as good as the others.
This is before Turkey?
Yeah. So he predicted that right. But I hope we come out and we've been able to score quick in every game. And hopefully that'll be the case. And so they can get their confidence back.
Yeah, there's some countries where I didn't even know there were countries. I just being totally honest. There's a few countries, even Turkey. Turkey A, I know Turkey, but I didn't know there was a Turkey A. I really didn't know. So evidently they're going to extra time.
Is that a different country? Because I just thought it was just being Americans. And we typically mispronounce things. So there's two entities, or is it?
It's spelled differently.
Huh.
I don't think it's.
You think it's the same place?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, they're just using their spelling. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, probably the correct spelling.
Sounds like we need to.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's not a incorrect and a correct way.
Well, I mean, I learned how to pronounce the capital of Ukraine as Kyiv instead of Kiev. So it's on me to learn something.
Isn't it kind of like butter? I mean, the way the Southerners say it, we got to draw it out, right? So
Istanbul is Constantinople. No, it's Istanbul.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, there is. It's round of 32 is here, and I did go over to pick up our pregame meal, and sure enough, there was a lot of televisions on Fox right now airing this round of 32 match, which is live in Boston, tied at 1 apiece as they are heading into extra time. And this knockout round matchup between Paraguay and Germany. So we'll, and from what I've heard and read, that evidently the Americans have a more favorable draw, but then they turned around. This is from ESPN FC that I was watching over the weekend. They were expecting, one win would be fantastic. That's more or less what they were setting up. The hopes for the host country is that one win, but it would double the amount of wins. That's what I was thinking about, what Jeremy Schaap told us a couple of weeks ago. The fact that we have one knockout win all time. So we'll see what happens in the World Cup, which I think concludes, I want to say, around the 19th, right before we saddle up for SEC Media Days down in Tampa. Let's go ahead and take our final timeout. Walter Lewis is set to join us next. Drew DeArmond joins us at the top of the hour. That's where we're going to get our soccer breakdown.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Lynn Leighton Ford, located online at lynnleightonford.com.
3 days only. It's the Lynn Leighton Independence Day sale, July 1st through the 3rd at all 4 Lynn Leighton locations in Decatur. Come celebrate America's 250th birthday with free hot dogs, and the Coca-Cola wagon will be there with hot summer deals on every new vehicle. Register to win a 65-inch TV and get a free USA 250th anniversary t-shirt with any test drive. 3 days only. Don't miss the Independence Day sale, July 1st through the 3rd at Lynn Leighton Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, and Cadillac in Decatur.
Baumhauer's Restaurant, legendary food and legendary fun. Whether you're craving the freshest seafood from Alabama's Gulf Coast, juicy chicken or char-grilled steaks seared to suck into perfection, you're craving Baumhauer's Restaurant. Add to that a sports-themed atmosphere and HD flat screens every place you look. For a sneak peek at the menu, go to baumhauers.com. Legendary food, legendary fun. Baumhauer's Restaurant.
When a team sticks together, it shows in the way they work and the way they treat you.
We don't just hire great people, they stay. On average, our managers have been with us over 15 years, and company-wide turnover is under 3%.
It's a culture built on integrity and heart.
When you call, you get someone who knows your name.
understands your business, and is invested in your success.
And that means service you can count on every time.
Have you tried indoor golf yet? You need to check out The Golfus. The Golfus is Huntsville's newest, nicest, and only multi-location indoor golf venue. Spend an hour on the virtual range working on your game or play more than 2,000 golf courses. Our grand opening pricing makes us the best value in town. And if you really love it, grab a limited time, unlimited golf membership for only $99 a month. Get all of the details at thegolfus.com.
I'm Abraham here from my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the perfect cleaning solution for you. Whether it's new construction, daily work areas, or an area that's been neglected for too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you choose the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Valley even has the right cleaning products for the job. Call Valley Equipment Rental today to learn more. Make a clean sweep with Valley Equipment Rental.
Welcome to Kern Electrical, where teamwork powers every project. Our champion sales team takes time to understand your needs, tailoring the perfect Generac generator for your home or business. Our project managers handle all coordination, ensuring a tackle-free installation. Our certified installation crews ensure peace of mind, even in the darkest moments. With our service and maintenance lineups, you can be assured we're with you every step of the way. Experience the home team advantage of Kern Electrical, your Generac superstore.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
3 days only. It's the Lynn Layton Independence Day Sale, July 1st through the 3rd at all 4 Lynn Layton locations in Decatur. Come celebrate America's 250th birthday with free hot dogs, and the Coca-Cola wagon will be there with hot summer deals on every new vehicle. Register to win a 65-inch TV and get a free USA 250th anniversary t-shirt with any test drive. 3 days only. Don't miss the Independence Day Sale, July 1st through the 3rd at Lynn Layton Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, and Cadillac in Decatur.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact meteorologist Emily Owen. A quiet and warm night expected across the Tennessee Valley for this Monday night. Temperatures fall into the upper 70s for the overnight. And looking ahead into our Tuesday, expect to see another afternoon full of sunshine. Heat advisory remains in effect until 7 o'clock this evening. Heat indices could reach as high as 106.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hold your block until the whistle blows.
From SEC Media Days to the National Championship Game.
This was a great team win.
We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Back here on the drive with this weather that you just heard right there, implementing a World Cupism, we could all use a hydration break.
Did you hear her say indices?
I did. Okay. I did. West Neighbors, Steve Moulton here with you. Without further ado, let's head out to the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. The one and only Walter Lewis joins us. How are you, sir?
Steve, I'm doing great. What about you guys?
A little warm up here.
I think it's warm all over. Got about 5 or 6 weeks, not 5 or 6 weeks, 5 or 6 days of this coming. That's what I hear. So we just need to get ready for it.
Stay in the pool. So, Walt, how much have you gotten to see, if any, of the quarterbacks at Alabama?
I was actually at practice just briefly about 2 weeks ago, and had a chance to watch them out there working out on their own, pretty much. And it was a control type thing that they all do, and I thought that was, I was impressed with just that concept. I wish we had that concept back in the day, to where we had things in order like that, where we could just work on our skill and all those types of things. But I thought it was a really good format, so you could actually see. But I watched them. I watched them in that time, and I watched a little bit in the spring. That's to answer your question.
So, what's your impression of the quarterbacks?
I really think you got two good quarterbacks there at that position. It's just unfortunate they may be a little bit of have a little bit of inexperience there, I'm very impressed with both of them actually in terms of where they are with the experience levels that they do have.
So, you know, I don't know if you got to see the spring game. Matt got hurt, and the younger one came in, and Keelan, the one that Josh Chapman calls the one. Not that means anything, but he just looked like he was relaxed, and nothing was too big for him. And they moved the ball.
Yes. And I agree. I agree with you on that. He has a different skill set than Austin does, and Austin has he's different as well. But this kid, Keon, the Russell kid, I mean, he has some talent that hadn't been developed fully yet, but once he gets a real good feel for what's going on out there on the field, it's going to be really interesting to watch him play, in my opinion.
So, Walter, tell me a little bit about this time when you were in school. How different? You mentioned you wish you would have had this back then, but what was
what he means is summer practices. So
yeah.
We weren't allowed to. We could go out and work out and do things, and Walter could throw, but we weren't allowed to have full scale practices like they do now.
Yeah, we were limited in terms of what we could do and what we could not do, and just see how they have it organized now, to where you got time slots to where you can take care of business, and the coaches have gotten a whole lot smarter in terms of how to best utilize the time of the players, to where they're being able to grow without playing. A lot of times we had to grow and mature as we played, but what they're doing right now is just really off the charts, and that's what's really different in terms of when we were going at it years ago.
So, what are some of the challenges? Because you played early and often for a quarterback when they're young like that, going into game, and the pressures of the games, and during our time, and then changing offenses too as well, going from a wishbone to a pro style offense.
Yeah, I wish I had one more year with Ray Perkins. It would have been interesting. I love playing for him. He was a great coach, and he understood what it took, and he knew how to convey it to you where you could exploit what he gave you. I really enjoyed that time. But Wes, you asked a great question, and it's going to lead me in a direction that I don't know if people want to hear it or not, but I'm going to share it. Back in the day when I played, in the wishbone, and even before I got to Alabama, I noticed this too, and you go back into history books and look at it. Coach Bryant had a unique philosophy in terms of how he handled the quarterbacks. And he often would play more than one quarterback. And I had the opportunity to listen to some coaches early on, years ago, that were coaching when I played, and just the horror story that they talk about in terms of getting ready just to play Bama when I was in there, and it created a lot of matchup type problems, having a running quarterback who could also drop back and throw. And one of the things early on in my career, which Coach Bryant figured, he and Mal Moore, they really had a unique plan for me, is they knew the times, they knew the pressures, they knew a lot about what it took to be a winner there at Bama. And they orchestrated and put me in situations where I could get better, I could grow as a quarterback, but at the same time, they would not just dump the whole load on me to where it would really fizzle me out, as a player there. They orchestrated that plan in a very unique way to where it gave me some time to to mature as a person, to mature as a quarterback, so that I could, do the things naturally that you do as a quarterback on the football field, utilizing the abilities that you have. So, one of the things I've been thinking about with this particular team, I haven't kept up with it much this year like I normally would keep up with things, but I just wonder how, that philosophy will work today in the game, and even at Alabama. Just looking at, the complexion of this team in terms of how this team may unfold there with you got two inexperienced quarterbacks, and how I know I was able to feed off of Kenny Coley if he got in there, and Alan Gray if he got in there, or if Don Jacobs was in there. I was able to feed off of what I saw, and it helped me to grow up quickly as a quarterback. And I just wonder, does this, this situation in Alabama with two quarterbacks that are unproven, but I think they have abilities to play, does that something like that work in the scheme of things there for them? That's, this year. That's one of the things I think about relative to that. So I'm gonna be quiet, and I'm gonna let you ask another question.
No,
that was great.
When you play as a freshman, there are just things you don't know.
Exactly.
And you learn.
Yes.
And usually there's somebody that helps you, right?
Correct.
Both and Walter Lewis was the guy that helped me when I played as a freshman.
Really?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
keep
him and Mike Adcock.
How did he help you?
Oh, just I don't know. Walter might not remember this, but I remember the first play we ran. The first time I dressed out, I started the game. We were playing Georgia Tech. It's 1,000 degrees. It's as hot as it is right now.
Oh, yeah.
1,000 people passed out in the stadium. They were just sitting, and we were playing in that thing. So they call it a play right up the middle, right behind me. First play.
Yeah.
I fire out. The guy runs around me, makes a tackle in the backfield.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget Walter Lewis in the huddle looking me right in the eye, and we called the same play again. Went down to the 2-yard line with Joe Carter.
Joe Carter, yeah.
Who was an unbelievable player, really. Played for the Miami Dolphins. It's just the confidence that he instilled in us when he looked at you. And what I did learn most about Walter is the same thing I learned in rabbit hunting. Don't chase Walter. And try to block somebody. You just wait on him. He'll be right back. Because they couldn't catch him. And at first I used to try to get angles on people, trying to help them out, get angles, and I'd run to one side, and the next thing I know, he's going the other way. And so I quit that. I just got tired running around following him.
That was fun.
But it was fun. I mean, and we beat Georgia Tech, and on that team, I end up with a lot of guys I know from that team. The tight end Mettenberger married his daughter. I'm trying to think of his name right now. It's killing me. The linebacker ended up being with Wesley's defensive coordinator for 5 years. There were a lot of people on that team. That was a good football team.
Oh yeah.
That end up coaches.
Talking about Wisenhunt?
Wisenhunt was the tight end in that game. Yeah. Walter, the other thing I found out when Walter threw an interception, he was going to make the tackle.
Yeah. You're right.
Well, that presence in the huddle, where did you learn that, Walter?
I think, I know Coach Bryant, before a game, we would go on these walks, and he would say things, to the quarterbacks that he wouldn't normally say in front of everybody else. And he taught his quarterbacks, how to exude what needed to be exuded in a huddle when the time came. And I just took that to heart, and I did it, and you have to exude confidence. You have to look guys in the eyes. I mean, I'll tell you, my freshman year, when I was asked to come over to the first team, I remember getting in the huddle, and this is the first time I'd been under the center, and it's first time the first team had seen me get up underneath the center, and when I got in the huddle, I looked the guys in the eyeballs, and I'm like I'm trying to read what I saw, and we get ready to play Notre Dame. And one of the guys, it looked like they were thinking, well, what in the Sam Hill? They're talking about the offensive line. And so I'm just talking to offensive linemen and said, what in the Sam Hill, how we got ourselves into. We get ready to play Notre Dame. We're 1-2 in the country. We got a freshman quarterback, hadn't played. This is what I'm feeling in the huddle. And then he happens to be black, all these things going through my mind. So I get in there and I call the play, and I walk up to the line of scrimmage. I look at the defense. You got E.J. Jr. and Warren Lyles, and Byron Bragg, Michael Pitts. I mean, just an atrocious defense over there.
Tommy Wilcox, who made
Tommy Wilcox.
Yeah, the secondary was unbelievable.
Benny Terrence. I mean, just a crazy, talented defense,
Every one of them played in the NFL. Every one of them.
Every one of them. You're right. And so I break the huddle, and I'm walking up to the line of scrimmage. I'm looking over at E.J. Jr. I mean, E.J. Jr. was just crashing on them. I mean, he was one of the reasons Coach Bryant didn't play me in certain situations, because E.J. Jr. could mess up a play in a hurry. But as I'm walking through the line of scrimmage, I'm looking over at E.J., and I'm wondering what's going through his mind, And then
I know what fresh meat.
No. Let me tell you. E.J. Jr. I actually asked E.J. 40 years later what was going through his mind. He said, "Walton, you broke the huddle." He said, "Man, you had a skip in your step, and you had a confidence about yourself that he had never seen before." And in my mind, I'm thinking. And I had to ask him this question. I said, he told me, I said, EJ, what were you thinking? Because I was thinking, how he going to represent us? How is he going to handle the pressure? What is he going to do? These are questions in my mind that I was seeing amongst the teammates, that were on defense. And Warren Lyles didn't care. He took Steve Martin and he just pushed him back into. He pushed him back, just blows up the play, And Billy Jackson, with the wishbone, you can't go if the fullback can't go. It just blows it up. And what I do is I jump over with Billy Jackson, take it around the end, I pitch to the running back, and I run in the end zone with him and run back to the huddle. And everybody was like looking around at each other. Like, man,
I heard Mal tell that story of my dad.
Yeah, it's he did. He told that story.
Yes.
Well, it's like we never seen anything like this before. You know what I'm saying? And that right then and there, that's when our team galvanized. Because at that moment they knew that I was serious about being able to be there in that position. And I was serious about wanting to win and help our team be successful. And a lot of that, let me tell you, I listened to every word Coach Bryant had to say, and I took it to heart there. And as a quarterback, he instilled a lot of those things into his quarterback so that they could be what they needed to be out on the football field. So.
Does Mal Moore get enough credit for the success that Alabama had as an offensive coordinator and as a, I think he's
athletic director.
Yeah, as an athletic director, he might have. I think he saved the university, that he put him in a position.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Mal Moore, made some moves.
That fundraising campaign when Alabama was on probation.
Yeah, they raised $200 million.
Yeah, Mal Moore made some moves, that he does not get the credit for. He made it as an AD, and let me tell you something. In my particular situation, there as quarterback at Alabama, he and Coach Bryant, they had a plan for me specifically. And like I said, it was to deal with what was going on during the time, at that moment 40 years ago, to where I knew something was different because I was being treated differently. Coach Bryant would come out and he would put his arms around Don Jacobs, put his arms around Alan Gray, Ken Coley. He walked right past me, wouldn't say a word. I'm like, what is going on? And but there was a plan, and they knew what was necessary during those times to do. But he and Coach Bryant put the plan together, and I didn't find out about the plan until Coach Bryant passed. Mal pulled me to the side. He just said, "Hey, you remember how I used to treat you?" I said, "Hey, yes, I do remember. How can I forget?" He said, Coach Bryant and I had to figure it out. We had to figure out if you were going to fold under us, and how we treated you. I mean, they called me all kinds of names, did all kind of crazy stuff to you just to see if they could break you.
Yeah.
And he told me, he said, we had to figure out if you're going to fold under us. Because if you folded under us, you're going to fold under 85,000. Man, those are lessons that I look at today, and I'm like, man, I'm so happy I had to go through them because life is that way.
Yeah, it is. And you're going to get knocked down. And the difference is we know we'll never quit. They can keep knocking us down. We're never going to quit. The Goose Tree, you'll enjoy this, Walt. So Goose Tree was like my uncle growing up.
Yeah.
I thought he was one of the nicest people I knew. And of course, when I got there, I mean, there's no he was not. I can't say that word on the radio. He was not very nice.
You can say it once.
Well, I mean, he was a total jerk, I guess, is what to me. I mean, I didn't know what was going on. I said I must have made him mad or something. For 5 years, it was like that.
Yeah.
And then the day I graduated from college, he called me once a week till he passed away.
Yeah.
I mean, Walt, when I was 10, I went to the Alabama-Tennessee game and sat on the sideline in Knoxville. And he'd give me socks and all this other stuff when I was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was.
I know, man. Hey, trust me.
But when you're there, it was a different story.
Different story. Yes. So, a lot of lessons. I mean, even getting your equipment with Willie Metal. I mean, if you go in and ask for an orange, he'll come back and give you a basket with a jock strap with it all broken down.
Oh yeah, like Joe Namath wore it, right? So, I got these shoes one day that had Joe Namath's name on them.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Namath played in '66. It was '86.
So you're saying the turnaround was
they didn't. You know how they do now?
Cost efficient.
They got new stuff
in
every time. There was stuff that they had for centuries down there.
Is that why he invented ice?
No, that was Goose Tree invented ice. The best story, Willie Dog Meadows was in the Army. And I saw something. He was in Patton's Army in World War II, and he was just gruff. And if you got on his bad side, I mean, you get jock straps with no elastic in it at all. I mean, you
could pull your socks up or anything.
Yeah. And they couldn't hold hot butter, right? So but he retired and went to work for Greyhound. I've told you this story many times. I don't know if Walt heard it. Have you ever heard the story, Walt?
I've never heard this.
Okay, so he was a very gruff guy. He was he was the manager at Greyhound, and he goes and somebody had died coming from New Orleans on the bus. And he goes up on the bus to check on him, came off, walked off. He says, "If you're gonna go Greyhound."
See, Steve, you didn't get that?
I've heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
I've told it 3 or
I was
4
waiting
times.
for your reaction, honestly.
Oh, I'm laughing.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great story. Go Greyhound. I'm surprised they haven't
I can see him
adopted
saying that, right?
worldwide on a national campaign.
Oh man, God! It's like they had Bryce over there for a reason.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Hey, you after a practice or after an event, man, you want to go over there and check in. I mean, it was mental. It was an STD back in whatever they call that stuff they get when you go to the Army. I mean, just enroll over in Bright. Just roll over there. It was messed up.
Well, we always appreciate the time you give us. It's a lot of fun, honestly, because I try my best just to get out of the way and let you and Wes just control the conversation. But we always appreciate the time you give us, sir.
Well, you can't be doing this for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we certainly appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, look here, Steve. Thank you, Wes. Thank
All
you,
right,
Steve.
good. I'll talk to you soon.
See you guys.
That is Walter Lewis.
Yeah, guy's an unbelievable athlete, an unbelievable person.
So like rabbit hunting, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've told that before. I used to run around trying to. I finally just. You go watch the tape of him. I mean,
Don't worry, he's coming right back.
Yeah, he's gonna be right back.
That is going to wrap us up for hour one. Drew DeArmond is on deck. Sports Center comes up in a mere matter of moments. So Germany scored a goal, then they took it away. So they're still playing.
And the 111th minute.
I don't know. I saw a corner kick go in the net, and they took it away. And I don't know why. He was just drawing a square. I don't know what
that
the
means
square
replay.
is. It means what?
Replay. Come on, Steve.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. What are we gonna do with him?
And now someone just lifted
Whatever
a
you say,
flag. Paraguay and Germany still playing. Of course they did.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is Sports Center.
I'm Nick DeLuca. World Cup knockout stage. Germany and Paraguay in Foxborough needing some extra time to decide it. 109th minute, still tied at 1. Kai Havertz scoring the 54th minute equalizer. Now 5 goals in 6 World Cup games. Counting down to potential penalty kicks here if we don't have someone find the back of the net. NBA, the Grizzlies trading 2-time All-Star John Morant to the Blazers for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Morant has only played 79 games over the last 3 seasons, limited to 20 this year. Memphis had explored trading Morant at the deadline. They get the deal done now with Portland, average 19.5 points per game last season. Warriors forward Draymond Green declining his $27.6 million player option, set to become a free agent. The move creating some flexibility for Golden State to potentially pursue LeBron James in free agency. The team also reportedly targeting Wizard star Anthony Davis. Golden State re-signing big man Kristaps Porzingis to a 2-year, $40 million deal, likely prohibiting the Dubs from using the full non-tax mid-level exception. Spurs forward Julian Champagnie intending to sign a new 3-year, $45 million contract. The average career highs in minutes, points, and rebounds this past season in San Antonio. In the NFL, the Lions are releasing corner Terrion Arnold. He's facing felony charges on multiple counts, including armed robbery and kidnapping.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Tuesday, we'll get you ready for NBA free agency, including which superstar will be traded next, and of course, what's next when it comes to LeBron's future. It's on Sportsman like 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Well, one thing about watching as much soccer here in studio, I don't know how these poor individuals get up after these horrifying events.
Oh, man.
I mean, just
Steve, did you watch
sniper season all over the place?
Did you? Drew DeArmond here, by the way. I guess everybody knows my voice, but did you see Spain and Uruguay? I think that's
No,
that's the
did
whole
not.
second half was trying to start a fight or just everybody looking like their leg was about to be amputated.
Oh, they got
It's a flopatron.
Yeah,
there you go. That's Brian, perfectly stated by Brian. The flopatron.
And they've got the.
I'm gonna tell you though, you get hit with the cleats.
Oh, it hurts.
That does hurt as
That
much
hurts.
as anything that happened to you.
I mean,
but when they
there's a
miss
yellow.
and they still yell, yeah.
Yeah.
When they miss and they still.
They do the Vladi.
Yeah.
Vladi.
Come on, you know he created
Oh,
it
yeah.
in the NBA, basically.
Oh, they gave a yellow card to the coach this year. I've never seen that.
Oh boy.
Oh, anybody can get a card.
Yeah.
Well,
Anybody.
what happens when the coach gets a yellow card?
I don't know.
One more, I guess
they'll,
it's out,
they'll
too,
draw
huh?
a question mark. I don't know.
Yeah, if you get a red.
You get a red card, he's out. You got to go without the coach.
Yeah.
Well, I know at least strategy-wise, what I was hearing from ESPN FC was why Team USA rested some players because a couple had some yellow cards, and if you get back-to-back yellows,
You gotta miss the game.
You got to miss a game.
But it kills your momentum. I'm gonna go. Yeah. So I think it was. Now they haven't played in a week either.
And they didn't have their best player. They held
Another
their
one. Another one.
Yeah, they're pulling out the yellows now.
Yeah, there's the.
Well,
They're in the 117th minute.
Oh, come on. He didn't
Of-
touch him. Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
That was the same guy that
poor
got-
guy.
yeah.
I just hope he's all right.
See, they count up and they don't count down. That's what confuses me.
Mm.
Because at least when they count down, you know how much is left. They just keep going.
Well, they go to
Well,
somebody
this
scores.
is round of 32, so I would imagine.
Yeah, it's golden goal. right
Unless you
here.
pull the goaltender, I mean.
And then it goes to penalties, doesn't it? And then that's the ultimate. If you choke in those, they'll never let you back in your own
I'm
country.
throwing a yellow card.
Hey, I still remember back in the day, back in like in the early '90s, man, when Brazil lost. And I think, dude, when he came back, I swear, I think they executed him.
I'm not sure that was Brazil, but I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
yeah, dude got shot.
Yeah.
I mean, the team lost, and
He kicked it in his own goal.
yeah, it was the own goal.
Which the USA.
And it may not have been Brazil, but it was one of those, you know.
I think it was Colombia.
You're right. I think it was. So you
Yeah.
start thinking about the sequel to, Say Hello to My Little Friend.
All right, Drew. Well, on that cutthroat subject,
Because they had all those Valderrama and all those cats, and they were supposed to be so good, and they choked.
Wilmar Valderrama.
Yeah. So
Fast from that 70s.
Drew, let's change the subject. So right now,
where you want to go?
I
got a place, but go for it.
Right now is the everybody kind of wrapped up their summer visits.
Yeah.
Right. Their commitments and all that. So how is all that going?
Well, I mean,
you hear. I mean, we knew Alabama was not going to take very many out of high school this year.
No. I mean, we talked to Rodney Orr this morning on the show, and we had him come on and talk about Orsani Gales, and he's as high profile a kid as they're probably going to take in this cycle and be able to get. But, and as he told us, his early intel before June when all these visits started was that it was going to be 12, which is really a small number. But as he told us, and what he meant by that was, though, he still thinks it's going to be 12 or 13 NIL rev share guys, and then 4 or 5 what you would call what were walk-ons, but now just scholarships,
whatever.
Yeah, kind of like the Jeremiah Beverly kid from that committed this past week on the Gary Harris show on Friday. He's from Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa.
Okay.
I don't think he's an NIL guy. I think he's someone that they want to develop and bring in, and in a couple years, I think they think he can be a player. and they like his tenacity, and he wants to be there, and he understands that it's almost like a process. Like, he may come in as a non-NIL guy, but if you bust your tail and you move up the depth chart,
if you play, you get paid.
Right. That's what it's become now.
Yeah.
It's a novel thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you saw Dabo Swinney. They're making him sign more than 1 year contracts or something like that.
Oh, really? Well, and
they're not.
and
They
some
said
would do
they're
that.
not going to pay him $1 million so they can leave in a year.
And this is something very interesting that Rodney said. He always gives us very interesting tidbits that he hears on the down low. He said Michael Carroll, who was a guy that they really wanted to retain because Notre Dame made a big run at him because they wanted him to be a huge part of the offensive line. And it looks like he'll be the right guard. But, he could end up being, the right tackle still. He played a lot of right tackle last year, but he signed a contract with Alabama that has a clause in it that if he leaves for another school, he's got to pay back a nice chunk of money to the University of Alabama. So they kind of use that as leverage. And again, they gave him a raise. I mean, they knew they were going to have to keep him because they feel like he's a future pro. And so you have to make those decisions. In other words, there was a kid from Mississippi that committed to Ole Miss last week, Antonio Berry. And Alabama is not going to have a big offensive line class. They have one committed right now, Stafford Willis from Arab. Saw him play a couple years ago. And I believe you and I did the game. I think he was a 10th grader.
Yeah.
He stood out. You could tell how big he was.
Yeah.
But he is a guy that I think they're giving a little bit of NIL to, but he also understands Alabama's got their offensive line set. They have a lot of backups set. He's coming in to develop. In other words, for a couple of years, and then maybe by his second or third year in the program, he starts pushing for playing time. And he also understands from Adrian Clem that we like you. You had a really good camp, but we're going to move you inside. So he's very likely going to be a guard. And he plays left tackle at Arab. No surprise. He's a big kid. Around 6'3", 300. I think he measured, actually, to be honest, according to Andrew Bone, and
he would know.
He gets these measurements from the bat phone at times, and I'm not exactly saying that bat phone, but from somebody in the building. I think he measured 6'5", 305. That's good size. But he's a good athlete. He moves well. And so they decided to take a Stafford Willis. Antonio Berry, I think they were in it heavy with him, but then you have to weigh the pros and cons. Here's Ole Miss increasing their offer. Are you going to increase yours, or are you going to start thinking Antonio Berry?
And how real is that as well?
Well, no. Here's my point. But if you're Alabama and you're looking at your offensive line depth chart, are you thinking Antonio Berry is going to play next year as a backup at least? If you don't think he is, then why are you paying him that money if he wants to? Because he's going to – it's like I don't like Lane Kiffin. He will never be on my Christmas card list, but I was watching something that Matt Moscona put out today, and I respect Matt more than just about anybody in the business. I don't always agree with him, but you're not always going to agree with people.
But go ahead.
But I like him a lot because he's a straight shooter.
Nussmeier's the best quarterback in the world.
Oh, Lord. Now, he did say that last year. But I mean, but I'm going to say,
still looking for the statue.
They lost a 5-star offensive lineman within the state to Notre Dame. Okay, and so he was talking about it, but then he was saying, "Look, you got all these other guys that you're investing in that's already on the team." And then Lane Kiffin talked about looking into how the player is, how competitive he is, and is he going to stay here in his first year if he doesn't play? If he's just going to leave after a year, it's a bad investment. And so you have to look at your two deep, and I think Alabama's been doing that, and I think they've had to make decisions. Now, do I think they could take another offensive lineman? Yes, but you and Wes have probably talked about this. Alabama's got 16 offensive linemen on scholarship right now, and most of them are going to – as a matter of fact, all of them are probably going to be back if they can retain them. They're going to try like heck to do that.
I thought they used to keep 20-something, though, back in the day. I guess when they used to stack them.
Well, Coach Saban used to keep about 15 or 16, from what I was told, like that they thought were players.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so, and see, now that's even more important because you're paying them. So you're paying the majority, like you just said, Wes, if you're in the two deep, you're getting paid. So because you're either starting or you're one injury away from playing.
So I was told you get, I'm not going to say the amounts, but
yeah.
That you get a base amount, and then if you start, you get another amount, start the majority of the plays that year, and they pay bonuses at the end of the year based on production.
Yeah, that should be the way it is.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It makes sense. And so And then, and so I think that's been Alabama's rationale in the whole thing. They're going to be very, very picky especially with this cycle and what they do. And you mentioned the 47 out of 48. I said that on our good friend Ryan Fowler's show today. When I was on there this afternoon, he mentioned the 47 out of 48, and the only kid to leave is Micah DeBose, an offensive lineman, an offensive guard from Theodore, Alabama, who went to Vanderbilt. And no disrespect to Micah DeBose, but from what I've heard, they didn't shed any tears over it. They thought he was a very developmental guy that wasn't nearly ready and was going to need a lot more time, and so they weren't going to shed any tears about him coming off the payroll. And so, in effect, you could say Stafford Willis takes his spot. And so we'll see if they get another one or two. And then I talked to Rodney about defensive line because they lost their top defensive line target to Ole Miss last week too, Mitchell Turner, he's from Louisville, Mississippi. Everybody thought he was a heavy lean for a month, and then he goes to Ole Miss on a visit. He goes to Mississippi State on a visit. He comes back from Mississippi State. He commits to Ole Miss. And Alabama's got 6 freshman defensive linemen, and and as you all know, they signed 3 out of the portal. They were very aggressive. So where are they going to turn to from here? As Rodney, and he's very transparent, he said, well, I'm surprised they didn't have another 1 or 2 that they were heavily involved with, but that may happen later in the fall because I'm telling y'all, the landscape changes when teams start losing. Because then all of a sudden there's controversy. Is the coach going to be back? Is staff changes going to be made? So some doors could open back up. And also, if they really like these 6 and how they're developing, do you go out to the portal and try to get 1 or 2 at the end of the season when you can pay for proven quote unquote guys that you think fit? And so they could go back to the portal again. And then the biggest thing too. And this is the thing I've been hammering on Talking Ball. People aren't really understanding it. I think some of the fans, they have tunnel vision or they're just not getting it. But this 5-year rule is a big-time deal because now, and I'm not saying he's going to stay because if he has a big year, he very likely is just going to go on to the NFL after 4 years. But a dude like Bray Hubbard could come back again. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so then you have to take that into account with your payroll. What if dudes come back for their 5th year?
Especially if they're not projected first or second round.
Right. And so we'll see. So there's a lot of factors that go into this. And it sounds like from listening to Moscona today, they made the same kind of financial decision with, that 5-star offensive guard. They're look, man, we got a bunch of guys in our room we already like a lot. We don't think you're going to play. You're getting X from Notre Dame. He's not going to say how much, and then he didn't even have LSU on his list of like 4 or 5 finalists. So that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. You'll see, I've seen already in this cycle, Alabama would be mentioned with a kid, like there's a kid, Antoine Jackson. Oh, he's from Collierville, Tennessee. They love him. They blah, yada, 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 yada. And they're going to sign him. This SOB's headed to Missouri because what happened was he started playing one off the other. He'd go to Ole Miss, he'd go to Alabama, he'd go to Missouri. Ole Miss, is, from what I heard, has even dropped him. And so they were just like, look, we were good. We got our guys. And then Tyler Younger, a guy that Alabama took last week from Norcross, Georgia, they kind of moved on to him. I don't. In other words, no disrespect, but I don't think that Alabama thought we're not going to wait on Antoine Jackson, okay? And we're not upping our offer. We've got another kid that we think we can develop that we like just as much, just about. So we're going after him. And it's so there's a financial decision with everything you do. And then one of the other things that Rodney said that I took from the interview, and this is extremely important. We don't know exactly what Alabama's paying Keelan Russell.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's getting paid a pretty good bit. He was a 5-star player, it turned out. But we all know it's nowhere near what will happen if he blows up this year as a sophomore that's not draft eligible. And say he goes out and throws for 4,000 yards and Alabama ends up in the college football playoff and he is an all-conference level QB or an all-American candidate like Ty Simpson, for example. Look, Ty Simpson could have got $6 million from Miami. He's going to get those kind of offers. So you have to have money set aside to be able to retain your quarterback because you sure as hell don't want once Mensah runs out of his 6,525, 25th year of eligibility and leaves Miami. Miami's going to go hunting again because that's all they do. They don't sign quarterbacks. Yeah. They go poach them. So you got to put yourself in a position like, go away. You know, go find somebody else's quarterback. And you know how, with the Mensa kid, you know how controversial that was. That was extremely late. Like the last day you could go into the portal because everything had blown up in their face, all their other leads. And so they had to go poach him and the best wide receiver off the Duke Blue Devils. The Duke Blue Devils. Who won the ACC, by the way, in that SAT conference.
I did.
Not in basketball.
Manny Diaz.
In
right
football.
there.
Manny, who Miami fired, by the way.
Exactly why I mentioned that name.
And who did Mensa, who was his first coach? Some cat named John Summerall, who didn't know his name and told us on the radio, I did not know who he was. He came out of nowhere to win the job. He was probably third when John got there. And then, bam, he wins the job at Tulane, and the rest is history. Then he goes to Duke for $3 million, and now he's probably making God knows what, 6 to 8, I would guess, at Miami. As insane as that sounds.
What is I think what Alabama plans on doing is taking a lot of people in the portal this year.
And I think they may be even more. Well,
given their ranking as well.
And see, I don't even really count year one because that was just sort of drinking out of a fire hose, but they weren't super aggressive. They mostly brought the guys that like Parker Brailsford and Jeremy Bernard that they knew. And then, of course, the outstanding tight end as well. And he was extremely late getting over there. But, but the thing is, they were more aggressive this year. And I think they had basically – they had the front office, Courtney Morgan, and then the defensive linemen, that they targeted. I think they had those guys basically pegged as the portal was opening, and they'll probably be even more aggressive this year, especially if they don't spend a ton of money on the signing class and you have some money left over where you're trying to retain your players, but you also may have a little bit of a bat phone thing over here just in case the right guy hits that you can go get.
Is there any concern about where, because right now, 247, there's only 2 programs that are behind Alabama in the SEC.
Well, hell, last week
and
it
that's
was 9.
Mississippi State and South Carolina.
They were dead last week.
That's correct.
Before they got Hosani Gales. So, and people were panicking, and they signed back-to-back
I think the
top 3
deal
classes.
is they're only going to sign 7 or 8 people.
Well, they've
listed 13 right now,
13.
1 5-star.
That's as much as they're going to get.
I think they're going to sign about 17 probably when it's all said and done. But like a quarter of those are going to be scholarship guys that they're going to try to develop. And so I don't expect that. I think the class might be in the top 25 before it's over. And the reason I say that is, look, when they got Keelan Russell. Do y'all remember where he was committed to and they flipped him?
I can't remember.
SMU.
Okay.
And he was a 3-star. By the end of the cycle, he was the number 2 player in America, and some people thought the best quarterback. So, I mean, once he had his senior year and went to all these Elite 11s and all these camps and all this stuff.
The Manning passing.
All this stuff, yeah. I mean, all that. When he did the camp circuit, everything started blowing up. And then Jackson Lloyd, who's going to be the left tackle, and I'm sure is making a handsome amount of money at Alabama.
Yeah.
He was a 3-star who played baseball, football, and basketball and never played football year-round. But by the end of the cycle, he was the number 1 tackle in America. By the time he went, once again, the camp circuit and everything else, and they realized, okay, he's giving up basketball, he's giving up baseball, he's going to enroll early at Alabama. So I just think the track record is there. They found guys that are really good players that, end up being re-ranked. And I think that's what's going to happen with this group. And I think that's why they could get into the outer reaches of the top 25. They're not going to be near the top 3 like they were. But see, that's so stupid. Like here, all of a sudden, this staff just doesn't get it. They don't know what they're doing. How? They signed 2 top 3 classes the last 2 years, and they retained them all. How did they all of a sudden not know? Or Alabama's broke. They just can't go out and and buy anybody. I mean, look, man. I told Fowler this afternoon. I said, look, Alabama is not broke, but they're not Texas A&M, LSU. Oregon, there's some of these programs that have really deep pockets that can just go out and buy almost anybody. They got boosters that they can just keep going to the well. But then I said, very colorfully, how many trophies do they have? I quoted Buford T. Justice on that.
Yeah.
And I think his producer almost fell out of his seat.
Yeah.
But I mean, I said, the SOBs, how many they got? And they don't. So there's different ways of skinning a cat. This is the way I equate it. The Alabama Crimson Tide, as far as tradition, is the Yankees. right? The Yankees have won the most national championships. So is the Alabama. But in this kind of climate where you're building a program, they're not the Yankees. That's Texas, Texas A&M, LSU, Oregon, all them. Even Ohio State to a degree. What Alabama is the Braves. You have to be smart with your money. You have to hire the right people. You have to have some luck. And you have to, if you're going to be good, and the Braves have been good for 30 plus years now. So, but you have to draft well, you have to develop, you have to sign the key guys, get them signed early. You got to try to retain for as long as you can.
So you're telling me
that's what they are.
Your message to Alabama fans is expect one national championship in a span of around 30 years.
Well, they've won 2, Steve. You're taking one away from them. Don't do that to the Braves. And then, come on, if it wasn't for friggin' Jim Leyritz, they'd at least have 3. You know what I'm saying? Even though I will say, you hooked us up with Leo Mazzoni, and he, as you know, Leo has no filter like myself.
No, he does not.
And he did tell us we weren't the better team.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He felt like they weren't the better team in 96 or 99. Just, after everything unfolded. So, and then when the Braves won it in 2021, I don't think they were the best team.
No,
they got hot.
They got hot.
They were the
at
Oklahoma
the right
Sooners.
time. Yep.
I mean, Will Smith will never do that again, ever.
Ever.
Is he even in baseball?
I'd have to look it up. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. He's talking about the pitcher, not the catcher, ladies and gentlemen.
The Braves closer, who went on a heater, as they say.
Yeah.
He made that contract worth it, just for that fortnight and those playoffs. Because, there were times it was like,
I was just thinking of Will Smith that went up and slapped somebody.
Nah, not him. He's a fraud.
Are the cameras on, by the way?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Okay, so for those
Wes
of you...
is over there playing poker.
I know. For those of you watching WZZN TV, so the show within the show is the PKs right now.
Uh-oh.
And Wes is clearly in favor of Paraguay. And they had 2 shots
to win it all.
And they were able to get 2 Germans, those darn Germans, they were able to stop them.
They had them. They missed one.
So now this is this is double secret probation.
No, this is last one.
This is sudden death.
Yes.
This is now. So the Germans just shoot it wide left right there.
That left the stadium.
That looked like Ryan Flugner.
That looked like me.
We're not going to get dinged by Fox by doing this, are we?
No, Flugner, that's not a cuss word.
No, we've.
Now, if you need to hear from Fox Sports. I guess I speak for
that's
Fox Sports.
That's
across the hall over here.
Talk Radio WZZN.
Well, all those fans in the stands don't speak English anyway. We wouldn't understand what they were saying, but I'm sure it's not.
But they love American food.
They do. They love
and they love ranch dressing.
Oh, they do.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
All right, it is. I tell you what, it is. Paraguay has won.
It almost was almost a little high there.
So the Germans are done.
The Germans are out. They were favored to be one of the top teams.
Were they really?
Upper right-hand corner. Yeah, the Germans are always good. They're always supposed to be good.
It just reminds me of that old Norm Macdonald joke where they love David Hasselhoff.
Oh, my goodness. Now to read those people's minds, they're definitely going to Buc-ee's.
They got another week at Buc-ee's. That's why I'm so excited.
Yeah. No, and I
brisket sandwiches.
Brisket on the board.
No, they love that too. And I did learn this weekend it's called a petrol station over in England. They've never seen petrol stations with so many options.
Played a little clip from an Australian comedian who calls the French fries chips.
Okay.
Yeah, fries are chips and chips are crisps.
Yeah. I mean, this was unbelievable. They had never seen a petrol station
and
with
this
many
cookies.
Options.
See, they're all messed up. No wonder they drive on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah. They'd never seen these kind of gas prices with these many pumps and that much food.
Let's go to a break, shall we? Congratulations to Paraguay.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Your Rocket City Trash Pandas are back home June 30th through July 5th. Promotions include a bobblehead giveaway on the 1st, a youth jersey giveaway on the 2nd, and a celebration of the American 250th with post-game fireworks on the 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets and learn more about our weekly promos by visiting tptix.com. That's tptix.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
When a team sticks together, it shows in the way they work and the way they treat you.
We don't just hire great people, they stay. On average, our managers have been with us over 15 years, and company-wide turnover is under 3%.
It's a culture built on integrity and heart.
When you call, you get someone who knows your name, understands your business, and is invested in your success.
And that means service you can count on every time.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Introducing the Golfus, Huntsville's newest, nicest, and only multi-location indoor golf venue. Play over 2,000 courses with state-of-the-art simulator technology, perfect for golfers of all skill levels. For a limited time, grab an unlimited membership for just $99 a month, or book with our grand opening pricing. It's the best value in Huntsville. Check us out at thegolfus.com.
Baumhauer's Restaurant, legendary food and legendary fun. Whether you're craving the freshest seafood from Alabama's Gulf Coast, juicy chicken or char-grilled steaks seared to suck into perfection, you're craving Baumhauer's Restaurant. Add to that a sports-themed atmosphere and HD flat screens every place you look. For a sneak peek at the menu, go to Baumhauers.com. Legendary food, legendary fun. Baumhauer's Restaurant.
Forgiveness. Wow, what a word. What a gift. All of us have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Coming up on Wednesday, we'll be live at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. It'll be good to saddle up there at Baumhauer's. Some news from earlier today. I was about to hop into this story a little bit just because there is some new news and regarding the fact that the Detroit Lions have released Terrion Arnold after he was arrested last week on felony charges of armed robbery, kidnapping. The team announced this earlier today. Arnold had a bond set at $1 million in Hillsborough County. That's in Florida. Judge Christopher Selaba, who added the following conditions. He is not allowed to contact the 6 co-defendants or the witnesses in the case. He must surrender his passport within 48 hours, and he is ordered to confine to his residence in Tallahassee, Florida, except when he would be playing, training, and traveling with the Lions, which they don't have to worry about that anymore.
No.
The state asked the judge to require Arnold to wear a GPS tracking device. For his attorneys argue that he would not be able to play football with such a device. They don't have to worry about that as well.
Well, and I think originally they wanted a no bond. They didn't want him to be able to be free.
Well, that's they're always going to
before the trial. But now, like Wes said, you don't have to worry about the football aspect because he's been cut. So he'll basically be under house arrest.
He was on a 2-year, $4.8 million remaining on his rookie contract.
Right. Yeah, and he was about to get paid.
Yeah, because he was going into year 3 and played well. And like Wes said, he was considered their number 1 corner. And if he had a good third year,
and the Lions is going to be suffering from this as well.
Yeah, they are. They were totally. Well, if you listen to Mike Valente and Rico Beard, who I love listening to, it sounds like Detroit had the head in the sand. You know the old Looney Tunes with the ostrich putting his head in the sand. Sounds like they screwed that up, and they didn't think it was going to be this serious. And
well, I mean, you don't know how serious it can be when your player wasn't there, and it's no telling what he was telling them.
Exactly.
But the facts are coming out, and he's going to be fighting for his life, and for his this case will cost him
millions, and maybe his career.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about just he's going to have to hire attorneys, and even if he gets it where he makes a plea deal a year from now, it'll cost him a lot of money, and he's going to do some time.
Well, now that we're 3 years removed from it, something that Drew said during the break that I immediately had the thought of 23 was Nick Saban's best coaching year, and now that it really is remarkable. If you really go back and take a look at the 23 year.
It is. It's remarkable what he did because that team was, I'm just saying, there was, I think it was his worst coaching staff, especially defensively. Because, I'll be honest with you.
Was that Steele? Was that?
Yes, but still had some issues health-wise and whatnot. Yes. Yeah, he had to step aside. Travarius Robinson took over the defense. That was not great.
And that was Reeves, right? Tommy
Reeves did a good job with the offense, I think, all things considered. But you had a quarterback who was extremely talented but was inconsistent.
Very.
You had an offensive line that had issues. Eric Wolford was the coach. That's the one of the hires with Lane Kiffin. I was like, I wasn't. You're not real sure.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest. We were talking about this on Talking Ball and in Tuscaloosa this afternoon. I don't think Alabama's had a really good offensive line coach since 2020, and even he had his issues at Texas last year, and so.
Well, I think his issues at Texas last year is he had a lot of young players that weren't very experienced and not very good. They just spent enough money. Yeah.
Yeah. But after that, all Saban's from 21 to 23, which was Wolford and then the cat from the NFL, the former coach of the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
The good friend of Bill O'Brien's. Just it wasn't good. And I just it didn't mesh. It didn't work. And, we were talking about, in hindsight now, we can talk about 2023, but you can also talk about Bryce Young and what he did behind an offensive line. We just talked about Chris Owens, right tackle. Yeesh.
Well, he was a plug. He played hard though. He had some good games. He played great against Georgia.
He did. The whole offensive line did. I'll never forget. It's my favorite memory of that year. Sorry, Steve. But it was. Now of course you like the rematch a lot better. I'm just saying.
Sure does.
I'm just saying. I think for one game, it was the greatest game I've ever seen an Alabama quarterback play against a team of that caliber.
A ninja.
Because nobody, you remember, Steve, everybody was saying how bad Georgia would win. Alabama had no chance. It was like, how bad are they going to run it up? Well, Bryce Young finished the game.
That happened in December, by the way.
Yeah, yada, yada. He did finish the game. And they actually led 18-14 going into the fourth quarter.
That's right.
But again, I'll never forget Chuck Oliver leaning back in his chair because I was 2 seats beside him. And he leaned back and he goes, Drew, what am I watching? And I said, you're watching the Alabama's offensive line play their best game by a million miles that they've played all year long as far as protecting Bryce and giving him a chance to throw. Because Georgia had a great defense.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought he was going to. But see, that's another thing that's the reason I think Bryce is the best quarterback that I've ever seen at Alabama. Is he the pinpoint passer all the time that I saw from Tua when Tua was healthy and throw it in the keyhole? No, but I'll tell you what he is. Mobility, toughness, ability to take, because he got sacked a ton that year, and extending plays, and then being able to diagnose things at the line of scrimmage, change protections. I just think his football IQ puts him ahead of Tua. I think I've never seen a passer at Alabama like Tua, but as far as the total package, Bryce is just unbelievable. Like he said, a ninja.
Yeah, he was a ninja in that game, and really in the Auburn game as well, where
he brought him back. Yeah,
I mean, because they played awful in that game, and Auburn played good too.
Auburn played with their hair on fire.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sit there and say that it was close, because.
But much as you guys were talking about Tua,
you think who was the quarterback in that game for Auburn?
T.J. Finley.
Did he get a 7th year?
I don't think so.
Well, I think they just passed the 5 for 5,
but and
nobody got grandfathered in.
Yeah.
So
watch all your cars in
he's
Atlanta.
Played more than 5 years.
Oh, easily.
He's played for 7 teams.
Yeah. I mean, Summerall even had him until the car in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And had to give him the boot. But no, I just think Bryce was a ninja. That's a great way to put it. He could see things, sense things, and he played an outstanding game for. And then he
I don't know why, but every single time I think of T.J. Finley, I think of Ryan Perrilloux. So
there are some. I remember watching him play. Does Jack Crow ever talk about him, or does he cuss? Because he had to coach Ryan Perrilloux at Jack State. People forget that once he left LSU. I mean.
No, because when Wes just asked me, I almost blurted out Ryan Perrilloux.
Right.
Because, anyway.
Even though I will say Perrilloux had a bigger reputation than Finley coming out of high school.
Yeah, Perrilloux was, from what I understand, not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah.
And he had trouble learning and staying out of trouble. Yeah. So let me just say this real quick. Paraguay is the team that just beat Germany.
That's right. In
PKs. Germany, but Germany was the number 1 seed of the tournament.
Were they really?
Yeah, and the U.S. beat Paraguay 4-1.
Yeah,
and I've been telling people,
So what are you saying here?
I'm just saying the USA. That's what I'm saying. They shouldn't have rested their players. I hope it turns out well, but they have a chance
to make a deep run.
Yeah, but they're to be fine all history, because they've never beaten a European team.
Yeah.
And, of course, Bosnia-Herzegovina or whatever.
Herzegovina. I think that's what they say.
Yeah, however you say it. Is who they're playing. But this team, they're the best U.S. team by far that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The first string. The second string doesn't
couldn't beat Turkey, or is it Turkey?
Turkey A.
Turkey A now. Is that Turkey? The former Turkey?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Look at the flag.
Everybody changes their names and everything. I don't know. Now it's the Republic of Korea.
Yeah,
they're just pronouncing it the way they pronounce it.
I've heard it pronounced Turkey A.
Okay.
So many times that it's.
Hey, Drew. Istanbul was Constantinople.
Okay. Thanks.
It was Istanbul. Now it's Constantinople.
Constantinople.
It's nobody's business with the Turks.
Yeah. Well, what did Cape Verde used to be?
I don't know.
It's a little bitty island in the middle of nowhere. There's only 400,000 people live there.
Oh,
that's why it's such a great story.
Yeah, they're in the knockout round.
Because I was like, who the hell was that?
So it's one of those islands that you can't tell it's an island until you take your map and scroll it out. And then you can see it.
Wes has been with some highfalutins learning this.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. Nobody knows where it is.
My oldest son knows he stays up at night watching
He has
soccer.
a photographic memory.
Yeah, he knows everybody who they've played for. He's like Drew, but for soccer.
Yeah.
Well,
and he's a football coach.
But not only soccer. The last conversation I had with Wesley, he got me into darts. And I'm telling you, I know it sounds ridiculous.
Was he the one that got y'all watching darts in here after the show was over?
I'm telling you.
That was last summer. That's all we watched was
the
darts.
room.
Thank God the World Cup was on.
If inside the dart, I really would love to go.
I would go 100%.
I mean, from what I understand with Wesley, he joined the tradition and went to Alabama and become a coach and made a career in football. But he could have gone to Harvard and the Yard and done something totally different.
Well,
Easily.
I don't. I tell you what's really weird. Speaking of Harvard,
Yeah.
so Connor's roommate, who was crazy, threw knives in the wall. We thought he'd be in jail now. Graduated from Harvard Medical School.
Really?
Well, you know he's good with knives.
Yeah, yeah, but we never thought that. And his roommate was from Huntsville, Alabama. Used to play with Connor, and they sent it to me and him.
It's about Robbie Green?
No.
I'm sorry.
No. It was. I can't remember his name right now. There were three boys.
Okay, there were three. Okay.
Yeah, there were three boys that played on Connor's baseball team. And they were all the same, from the same family.
Wesley got me into darts, though.
Yeah, but it's.
Hey, does the furniture factory have a dartboard?
I bet they do.
I know Field Day does.
I know what they're doing in our next door.
Yeah, Field Day definitely does.
And they got axes. If you really get pissed off.
Yeah, yes, they do.
Just like Germany right now.
Not sure they want to fly home so quickly after losing in PKs.
No Buc-ee's for them.
No. Let's take our final time out. Final call for phone calls on this Monday edition of The Drive.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he could take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well, because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
ALCert number 21014.
Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are our grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care, no appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact meteorologist Emily Owen. A quiet and warm night expected across the Tennessee Valley for this Monday night. Temperatures falling to the upper 70s for the overnight. And looking ahead into our Tuesday, expect to see another afternoon full of sunshine. Heat advisory remains in effect until 7 o'clock this evening. Heat indices could reach as high as 106.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Back here on The Drive, you can tune in to Talkin' Ball every weekday morning for, count 'em, 3 hours. 3 hours with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond every weekday morning. In theory, we have a Tom Abraham show this week, but no Tom Abraham.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Tom's out this week.
But there's still an Abraham, right?
Of course, always.
Has to be an Abraham. They're densely popular.
We are
He's a plumber, too.
We're
contractually obligated.
Yes, we are. So we have chronicled Paraguay's win over Germany throughout the bulk of the show. Well, Taco Bell has launched a new campaign called Locos. It's LOCOS. What does it stand for, KTLA?
Yeah. Okay, well, this is really cool. Whether your World Cup team wins or loses, Taco Bell wants to be there for you with tacos. The chain has announced its emotional support taco program called Locos, which stands for Loss or Celebration Outcome Support.
Not an acronym for Locos.
I know, isn't that hilarious?
Okay.
This continues through July 13th. Taco Bell Rewards members can select their emotional condition through the app, complete challenges, and then score free tacos. The company says the campaign is designed to make everyone a winner, no matter what happens in the match.
There we go.
See,
everybody with a trophy
all of a
again.
sudden, the Germans are happy because we've got Locos.
Emotional support tacos.
Yes, the emotional support tacos.
You know, if you're at the furniture factory, get the emotional support Blanco taco.
Yeah.
Blanco nachos.
Blancos.
They will take care of you.
Yes, they will.
I would recommend the Mexican pasta.
It is
also a good choice.
Yeah, and you will not go home hungry.
No, never.
I tell you what, if you're in there and Drew DeArmond's there, just get whatever he's having.
Yes.
So there you go. Not all just doom and gloom there for the Germans. What? It's the middle of the night.
Well,
By
they
the
won't
time
get
that
over this for a long time because they did score that goal and they
and then they took it away.
They took it away
because they went to video. They went to video
replay. Same thing.
Whatever. Finally, Jackson Arnold opened up to CBS Sports.
Now, I can't wait to hear this because we talked to Cole Pinkston this morning about Auburn and Hugh Freeze and Jackson Arnold. He talked about how he felt like Hugh Freeze never committed to an identity, and he was bringing up, when they beat Baylor last year. Remember, 307 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Jackson Arnold ran the ball really well. They were rolling, and then as he put it, he never did it again.
Never did it again.
And then we know Jackson's now with Clown Mullen at UNLV.
UNLV. UNLV. Won an award in Gainesville at the Steve Spurrier Awards.
Yeah, they did. I mean,
that's still one of the funnier things I've heard in quite some time was Mullen there at the Steve Spurrier Awards. Well, Jackson Arnold said to CBS Sports, quote, "I feel like I needed to be around people that I trusted.
Lord.
And that I've had a previous relationship with, and, some dudes that, want my best interest for me and my career, end quote. Wow. Okay. So doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out who he's talking about.
Nah, he didn't think the coaching was very good. I mean, but they did try anything and everything to make him the starting quarterback. I mean, he was paid that way. I mean, come on. He was paid very handsomely to come over from OU because he beat Alabama.
There it is.
And they thought he would add, a dimension to their offense. And they kept thinking that Hugh Freeze was a quarterback whisperer, but he's not. He's just like Lane Kiffin. He's just like some of these other guys, like Gus Malzahn. He's a really good play caller. I mean, I'll be honest. I think that's the same thing with Clown Mullen. I think he's a really good play caller. But
you mean Darth Vader?
Whatever. I mean, I just don't think that they're developers. I think those are like the Kalen DeBoer and his staff, Steve Sarkisian. They do a great job with the development, even Lincoln Riley to a degree. But, there are other guys that are just play callers, and they'll give you a way to succeed. But the problem with Hugh Freeze is, again, he wouldn't stick to any one thing. It was just kind of grab bag, and he was so committed to the RPO that he wouldn't change. And I mean, he should have.
They didn't even run it enough.
That's true too.
And they didn't run it well when they ran it. I think. I just think that they recruited the wrong quarterbacks both times, and there were head scratchers then. There are head scratchers now. They spent big money for that time period.
But even then,
even though that was 3 or 4 years ago, it was a big time period. They spent $1 million for a quarterback, one of the first teams to do it, and the people they chose were head scratchers.
But here's the thing with Jackson Arnold: he was a 5-star coming out of Texas, and everybody thought he was great and everything. He was going to be a 4-year starter, 3-year starter at Oklahoma, and another high draft pick. But I think it became obvious to me that he was a better runner than passer when you'd watch him play.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that he was as athletic as he was until he ran all over Alabama. And I'm sitting there thinking, you should have stuck to running him a lot. And then maybe 15 passes a game, a lot of it play action off of that stuff. And maybe a few RPOs, but I just don't think they played to his strengths enough. And Dan Mullen, he's known for running the quarterback. He better do that at UNLV, because if you want this dude to drop back 40 times and pass the ball, even in that league, it's not going to succeed long term, in my opinion. And that's what makes quarterbacking so hard to evaluate, too, because they all look great in high school. It all looks like they're going to be passers.
Systems, right? How do they adjust to the new system?
Well, you brought up a good point about Ryan Perrilloux. He was an athletic freak, but guess what?
Yeah.
Up top, it was empty.
Well, I won't say it was empty. It was just not.
Low ebb.
He wasn't Einstein,
right?
And maybe they were trying to run a system that didn't fit him either. I mean, because when Ryan was there, they were running the eye.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not an eye drop back. They're a play action pass.
He would have been a Gus Malzahn type guy. I'm talking about when he had Nick Marshall and Cam,
right.
somebody like that.
Well, Nick Marshall was a master.
Oh my goodness, magician.
You couldn't tell where the ball was.
Yeah.
He to me, it was the dangest thing watching him.
And during his time period there, the officials didn't care, so that the center could be 7 yards down the field. They didn't give it down.
No, it could have been.
All I know is that Alabama's on the clock. Josh Pate last night.
Stay in the SEC for a second. Alabama on the clock.
There it is. Alabama's on the clock.
Josh Pate. He wouldn't know the clock he saw.
That's all right. I got opinions too.
That is going to wrap us up. Thank you so much, Drew.
Appreciate it.
You can tune in for more Drew tomorrow morning. So rest quickly, because that's 12 hours from right now.
That's right.
Bright and early at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Back in studio.
More Feinbaum comes up next, and then we'll talk to you tomorrow evening, right here on The Drive.